Welcome everybody, my name is Alessandro Lala. I'm the designer of this racing game called Race Formula 90, published by Gotha Games. And today I would like to demonstrate how to play the game, and we're gonna do that using solo rules, which will be part of expansion number 3, and not completed yet, but you will get the flavor how it's gonna work. Okay, for this race I choose the Hungaroring track, and I have already completed my initial setup of the game. I took my car chart. This particular car has 10 tire chips, 5 cards in my hand initially, and 6 damage slots. I took the blue car, and I already drawn my initial cards. My hand of cards will be composed of the 5 cards as printed on the car chart, plus 1, which I will be used for the qualifying stage of the game. Then I took the robots participating in the race. In this race we're going to have 2 black super fast robots, 3 fast yellow ones, and 3 purple slow robots. Also, I selected the initial weather by drawing 1 card from the deck. In this case the card is showing me a check factor of 47, and on the weather table 47 corresponds to a dry race at the moment. The game turn indicator is on the first turn of the game, so we are ready to start with the qualifying phase. In a solo mode, some robots will have a particular trait. In the career mode rules, there will be a number of traits of different types. For this particular race, I selected 2 robots, a black one and a yellow one, which I indicate with one of these chits underneath, which will be considered as reckless robots. These robots will move like any other robot, but on top they will try a late brake every time there is a check target of 60 or more. So for qualifying, I will play 1 card from my hand. This is my hand of cards. The cards come in different colors. The red cards are called speed cards and normally allow you to move very fast. The number on the top right is the number of MPs or movement points the card is providing you, but they will be very expensive in terms of consuming resources. So for example, these 2 plus 4 cards require the consumption of 2 tire chips, and the one on the left 1 damage point, and the one on the right 2 damage points. So very useful, but it will wear your car. The orange cards are more friendly. They will not allow you to move so fast, but provide some additional benefits like drawing cards as indicated by symbols here on the right bar. The green cards are kind of halfway, because they will allow you to move at a reasonable speed, maybe 2 or 3 movement points, but they will require you to perform a check. And I will explain later how you make a check. The yellow cards are event cards. They are not particularly fast, but they will trigger a number of events during the race. So this is my initial hand of cards. For qualifying, I need to play 1 of these cards, put it on my car chart, and I will compete against the other robots to get pole position. In order to qualify well, I will have to play a card with a high MP value, and in case of a tie with other cards, the lowest check factor will win. So this number on the top, this number on the bottom right is the check factor. It's a number that ranges from 1 to 99. And the lowest the check factor, the better is for your qualifying results. So let's see how it works. So for this qualifying, I will choose to play a +4 with a 58 check factor. I do this because this card will require me to draw 2 damage discs, and I'm not particularly keen in doing that initially. So I use this card for qualifying. So my value is +4 and 58. On top, I have to choose how much fuel I'm going to put in the car. I do this by using this fuel chit. I have different possibilities. If I put less fuel in the car, I will improve my qualifying position. For example, if I only decide to embark fuel for 8 turns, I will have a +2 to my qualifying value. For this particular race, I decide to go with a +1 bonus to my qualifying value, which basically will imply that I will have to stop for a compulsory pit stop at turn 10. So my value for qualifying at the moment is 4 + 1, 5, with a check factor of 58. Let's see what is the qualifying value for the robots. So I reveal the chits that I draw for them. You can see immediately that there is a +6 here, so this robot will be on most likely in pole position. So we use the value on the top of the chit, and the best one at the moment is a +6. This is certainly going to beat everyone else. So this robot with the +6 will be in pole position. Let's put it here. Then let's check who has got a +5 value. I got a +5, but there are also other robots with a +5. There is a black one and a yellow one. I don't see any. There is also a purple one here with a +5 and a check factor of 55. So who is going to position it in front of the others? Well, we have to check at this point because there is a tie. There is a +5 for everyone. We have to check. We have to compare the check factors. I got a 58, but there are other people doing better than me. So this guy here with +5 and 20 certainly is going to be the next one. So he's going to get second position. Then there is a +5 and 30 and a +5 and 55. This guy with the 30 check factor is going to be third. And this is the guy with the trait. So let's remember that this is the reckless robot. That is going to be me finally, because I got 58. Oh no, this guy's got 55. So it's going to be, I'm going to have a slow robot in front of me, very annoying. Then finally is me with my chit. Let's see if there is someone with a +4. There is a yellow robot with a +4, and it's the reckless one. Let's put it here. +3, anyone with a +3? Yes. A slow one. And then there are another one with a +3 here. Who is going to be in front of the other? There are 2 robots with a +3, so let's sort them out. There is a robot with a 55 check factor and a robot with the 25. So this yellow one is going to be in this position, and next is the slow one. And this guy is last. Poor guy. Okay, so it looks like I'm in 5th position in the grid, right in the middle of the pack. It's going to be a tough race. Having sorted the starting grid, now it's time to position the refueling chits on the turn indicator. As explained before, every car has a different amount of fuel, and this has had an impact on the position on the grid, but it will also be the driver for a compulsory pit stop in the first part of the race. So for the robots, the turn where they have to stop is indicated on the chit, and I will simply look at the turn which is printed on the chit and position that chit on the turn indicator. For me, it will depend on what was my decision before qualifying. I decided to stop at turn 10, and I got a +1 to my qualifying value, so I'm going to be positioned on turn 10. So that's what I'm going to do now. So now qualifying is completed. Before starting the race, I have to select a strategy for my car on top of my skill. The skill for my driver I selected at the very start of the game, and I selected the pitting skill in this case, which gives me -2 spaces when I move backward for a pit stop, and also allows me to draw through track cards when I leave the pits. There are 6 different types of strategies that you can see here. I will not explain each single one, but I will choose one for my car. So in this particular case, because I'm in the middle of the pack and I'm gonna stop at turn 10, so there is enough time, I think I'm gonna take save tires. This strategy allows me to pay 1 tire chip less when I play cars that require me to spend tire chips. So if I, for example, have to spend 2 tire chips, I can spend only 1 with this strategy. The other important thing with the strategy, if I achieve a particular condition, which for save tires is to spend, in fact, 1 tire chip, I will get a bonus, which is a track card. Track cards are very good cards you want to have in your hand. So I will take this strategy and see how it works. And I put it on my car chart together with my pitting skill. Then I have to choose a type of tires. There are 4 different types of tires. Rain, intermediate, hard and soft. I will choose soft tires, which will require me to discard 3 tire chips from my car chart, and in exchange I get 3 blue chips, which I can use as a bonus to movement. So I'm done, and I'm just waiting for the green light to start. Let's start the race. Turn 1. In a solo game, in addition to robot traits, there are also special rules that dictate the movement of the robots. Now, normally a black robot super fast will have 4 movement points to spend always. A fast robot 3 movement points, and a purple robot 2 movement points. In a solo game, you draw a race card at the very beginning of the game turn to establish the movement value of the robots. For this race, the rules we have selected is that we draw a card, and if the card is going to be a +3, then all the robots will add 1 movement point to what they already got. If the card will be a +4, then the robots will have +2 movement points to their basic value. So, this is turn 1. We start drawing an R card, which I will put here, all of them. It's a +1, I'm lucky. They will not be very fast in this initial turn. So, the first one to move is the black. He moves 4 points. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Finishing here in a corner section, indicated by a yellow line. The second robot to move is a fast. He moves 3. So 1, 2, and 3. And he will take this trajectory spot. Will give him additional bonus to movement in the next turn. Then we have this reckless guy. Black robot, he moves 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Robots ignore each other when it comes to overtaking and lapping. So the yellow one will cost nothing for the black to pass. This purple guy will move 2, finishing in the corner section, yellow border. Now it's me. I start my game turn by drawing a race card from the deck, and it's a +3. Then I have to choose 1 or 2 cards to play for my movement. Because overtaking in the first game turn is easier than in the rest of the race, it will only cost 1 movement point for each car to overtake. I will try to go as fast as possible in this first turn. It's a start after all. So I will play a +4 and a +1. And I will also use 1 soft tire to give me a total of 6 movement points. 4 +1 +1. To use these cards, I will have to pay 2 tire chips, draw 1 damage, and then I can draw 2 additional race cards. Because I am on save tires, I only pay 1 tire chip, and I do that, and when I do that, according to the special conditions of the strategy, I can now draw a raise card. Then I have to draw a damage. If it's a red damage, it's no problem. If it's a brown damage, it's a permanent damage, and that will mean that I will have to keep it for the rest of the race. Red damage instead, I can fix with a pit stop. Then I draw 2 race cards. So my total movement value is 6, and I will move my car 1, 2, 3, 4 for overtaking, 5 for entering the new section, and 6 for overtaking the yellow robot. And now I am in 3rd position. The other robots will move 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 1, 2. So the first game turn is over, and we go to turn 2. Again, the first thing we do, we draw a robot card. And it's a 3. So all robots now will gain 1 additional movement point. The first to move is the leader. This black robot will move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, landing on a very juicy +2 orange trajectory spot. The robot on his back is a reckless driver. He will move also by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And usually he will attempt this late brake, but he will only attempt late brakes which have a target of 60 or more. In this case it's 55, so he will not do that and will just remain here on the back of the leader. Now it's my turn. I draw 1 race card from the deck, and I will try to move probably by 4, using a pair of cards. When I play a pair of cards, the second card can only be a +1 or +2. I cannot play a pair with a +3 and a +4, or a +4 and a +4. So let's use this +2 here and +2 here. The green +2 will require me to spend 1 tire point, but I have a save tire, so I will not pay that. But then I have to make a check. To make a check, it means that I have to beat the number on my car chart, which at the moment is 58. I can do that by using one of the cards I play for movement, or another card from my hand, or I can try a blind check by drawing from the race deck and see what comes out. If I don't pass this check, I will get the damage. So for this particular check, because my target is 58, I will use my orange +2 movement card, which is a 47. So what is going to happen now is that I will discard this card and replace it with a +2. My target check for next time will be 47. So it will get harder and harder to pass these checks. At some point I will have to take damage. The +2 I played also gave me the blue flag, which allowed me to lap slow cars more easily, and it will allow me to draw 1 race card from the deck, which I do now. So the total for this turn is 4 movement points, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I occupy the green trajectory spot. The yellow robot over there, he will have 3 movement points, +1 for the trajectory, +1 because of the robot card, 5 in total. 1, 2, 3, and 4. He cannot use his remaining movement point. He will have to stop, because this is a corner section, and in a corner section you're not allowed to overtake. You have to stop and lose any remaining movement point. The purple car will move 3, 1, 2, and 3. This reckless yellow by 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 also for this yellow one, 1, 2, and 3, and 3. And the turn 2 is over. Turn 3, let's check the robot card. It's a 2, so they will not be particularly fast in this turn. The black robot over here has a +2, so he will move 4 + 2, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oh, again, he's on the red trajectory, so he's going to get another 2 movement points in the next turn, and he's really going for a big escape. The reckless black robot will move by 4 plus 0 for the robot card, only 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4, landing in the corner section. It's my turn. I draw a race card and I check what I can do. I have a special track card for turn 4 which I can use at this time, because track cards can be used only if you go through or use part of the section of the corner section indicated on the card, which is turn 4 in this case. So I will probably use this card, and it is not expensive at all, and it will allow me to draw one additional race card. So I move 4 points, 1, 2, 3 and 4. I can spend one additional soft tire to get a +1 and land on the trajectory spot. Now we move the robots, 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 3, landing on the trajectory spot. He will not attempt the LB, the late break, because it's 55, like his partner, the black partner. 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2, 1, 2 and 3, because of the trajectory bonus, and 2. And turn 3 is over. So we jump to turn 7, and the situation is the following. I'm in second position. The black robot is still in the lead, and I have a very close competitor, because the reckless black robot is just behind me. In the next turn we're gonna see some pitting, but the big ones will happen in turn 10. So let's move quickly and play these 3 turns and see what happens. So again, for the first thing I do, I play a robo card. It's a +2, so they will not have additional movement points. And I move 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then it's my turn. I draw a race card. Okay, my track cards are not going to help me, because I have a card for turn 3 and turn 4. Well, actually I'm just approaching turn 1. So because I'm on an orange trajectory, I will probably play a couple of +2, an orange one and a yellow one. I don't pay the tire point because I'm on safe tires. I can take the orange flag, but in this particular race is not used, and I draw 2 race cards. So I will move 6 in total, 4 for my movement cards, +2 for the trajectory, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Let's see who is going to be in the lead. The robot on the back will be left behind because it only moves 4 points, and the other robot, 1, 2 and 3, these are on the trajectory points is 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 1, 2, 3 and 4, landing on the trajectory spot, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 and 3. Now we are at the beginning of turn 8, and there is a fast robot. For robots, the one farther ahead is the one pitting, always. I use this to indicate that this is the one that's going to pit. This is going to pit at the beginning of his turn. So we draw, as usual, a robot card. It's a +2. So not particularly fast. 1, 2, 3 and 4. It will be on a trajectory spot. My turn. I draw a race card. And let's see if I can overtake this guy. He's on a braking section, so there will be no chance unless I attempt a late break, which really I would like to do at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, I need to play a 5. So I can use a +4 card and a +1. It will be a very expensive move, because this +4 and +1 will require me to spend 2 tire chips. I'm on safe tires, I only spend 1. And to take 1 damage, which is, luckily enough, is a red one. Then I have to perform a check with a -20 modifier to the target. The target on my card chart is 47. So I really have to beat 27. It's really difficult to do. I could play one of these cards in my hand with 25, or the same 27 here to pass the check. But because I'm pitting very soon, probably I will go for a blind check. So I draw a race card here. I get a 74. 74 is a failure, so I draw another damage. Okay, at this point all is done. I have 5 movement points, plus 1 for the trajectory is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. I use one movement point which was not necessary really, but let's forget about it. What I really want to do, I want to try this late break at this point. I have to beat 65, and the only way to do it is to do a blind check. So I draw a race card, and I do hope that it's going to be less than 65. It's 87, unfortunately, so I'm going to go off track as printed on the board and follow the instructions there. I'm off track. I have to check. The first thing I have to do, I have to check again against the 65. I can do this using a card from my hand this time, which I will do. I will play this 52 and discard this card to pass the check and re-enter in this position with a penalty of 1 tire point and -2 to my next movement. So in the next turn I will have to spend 1 tire point, lose 2 movement points, and I will be back on track. Now the other robots, this reckless guy will move by 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. This guy will pit stop. The pit stop time at the Hungaroring is 8, so means he has to move backward 8 spaces, and then he will be able to play his individual turn. So let's move him back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He lands here. Let's put a just pit chit as a reminder that he will have to move later. His refueling chit is discarded. He performed his obligation, he satisfied his obligation. Now the other yellows move. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3 because of the trajectory spot. Now this guy can move. And he will move by 3 points. 1, 2 and 3. He will be on the green trajectory. 2 for this slow robot. And 1, 2. And another 2 for this one because of the bonus. So as you can see, turn 8 is over. Now we start turn 9. The leader is approaching very quickly these low cars and we'll have to lap them. But very quickly, all these cars indicated here in this pile will have to pit. So let's do turn 9 first. The leader here, let's check the robot card, will move by 4 plus 1, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now it's me. I have to spend 1 tire point because I ruined my tires on the off-track situation, and I have to lose 2 points. So I draw a race card. I am in turn 5 at the moment, the next one in turn 6. I don't have particular track cards helping me, so I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna play again a pair of +2, or maybe only a +4 card like this one. I spend 1 tire chip. I don't have it. I cannot play this card. So unfortunately, it looks like the only card I can play at this moment in time is a +2. So that means that my movement points are 0 and I'll end up here. The black robot will seize the situation, seize the opportunity to come very close to me. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2 and 3. 2, 1, 2 and 3. And that's the end of turn 9. Here we go. We reached a very big moment for the race. Turn 10. I will have to pit. The purple in best position will have to pit. The black in the leader and the black behind me will have to pit as well. So let's see, how do we start? We start by drawing, as usual, a robot card, which again is a +2, so they will not get the bonus this turn. Starting from the leader, he will move backward 8 sections, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, landing on the trajectory spot, and he fulfilled his obligation to pit. We remind that. I will have to do the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And just position at the back of the section. In my particular case, when I pit, I embark 10 additional turns of fuel, so I will have to pit again at turn 20. I can delay this pit by embarking more fuel in the car. For one additional space I move back, I have 3 more turns of fuel, but I don't want to do that now. So I'm going to be in that section, and I will remember that with a just pit chit. And the next one to pit is this black guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And he is done. So the leader is still the black robot, because everyone else also pitted, and he can move now. He has no bonus, but he's on a trajectory spot, so he moves 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. He's really going to win this race. Then we have the yellow robot. This guy did not pit in this turn. He will move 1, 2, and 3, landing on the trajectory spot, and that's very bad for me because I wanted to be there. My turn. I have to solve my pit. When I pit, I can repair all the red damages. I can change my strategy, which in this case I will do. I would like now to take, for example, the banging wheel strategy, which will help me with a +3 modifier to any contest. It will allow me to overtake cars in braking sections, which normally I could not do, and will give me a special, so a track card, every time I win a contest. I think because I'm in 3rd position, I really want to overtake these guys. Probably this is a good strategy going forward. I cannot repair the brown damage, but what I can do, I can discard cards and draw cards up to my hand limit, which is 5 for this particular car. So that's what I'm going to do. Unfortunately, track cards count towards the limit, so in order to keep them, I will have to draw only 3 cards. And here we are. And now I'm done with my game turn. I just need to take back my tire points. I think I will keep another set of soft tires, so take again 3 blue discs and a total of 7 tire chips. Now I'm ready to go. Play my individual turn. I draw a race card. It's a very good card. It's a +4. And move. I have a track card for corner 3, so it's a +5. It's a very good card. I can pair this with a +1 to move 6. This yellow robot is in a braking section, but I'm on banging wheels, so I can overtake him by spending 1 movement point. So really I want to try to get in front of him, and I will play a +5 track card and a +1 orange, which will cost me 1 tire point. Will cost me a check, but I have a target of 74, so it's not particularly difficult, and I can pass this check maybe with the +3 card I have in my hand with 64, so I don't deteriorate my car status too much. I can change the weather, but I will not do that now. I can take the orange flag, which is not used for this race. I draw a race card. So I solved the symbols on the cards. Now I can play 6 and eventually 7 if I decide to spend a soft tire. So let's move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4 for overtaking because I'm on banging wheels. 5, 6, and yes, I will spend 1 tire point, a blue discs, a soft tire to take this trajectory spot. I'm done with my turn. The other robots will move 1, 2, and 3. This guy that just pitted 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3. Now it's this guy to pit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's lapped because he finished behind the leader. So we use the -1 lap chit to indicate this. And these other robots will move 1, 2, and 1, 2. That's the end of turn 10. The situation is the black leader is still there, and is leading the race, but I made a very good recovery by using banging wheels, overtaking this yellow robot in second position. I have a slow car in front of me, which I will have to lap at some point, and this reckless black robot now is 1, 2, 3, 4 sections behind me. Right, guys, so we jump to the turn 26, which is just the one before the final turn of the race. And the situation is as follows. I'm really in a deep fight with these two black robots. At the moment we are just stuck here in this corner section, and there are a number of cars which have been lapped, some of these guys by 2 times, and there are some yellow robots which have been lapped 1 time. So really the fight for the final victory is between the 3 of us. We do the turn by starting with by drawing a race card. It's a +2, so there is no additional moving point for these robots, and now we have to solve this contest. Okay, I have to choose 2 cards to play for the contest. I have some good cards, but also need these cards for moving this turn, so I have to be careful on what I choose. There is a +2 modifier for who is behind. So I would probably play this +4 track card because I'm not gonna use it right now, and I'm gonna play the +3, so for a total of 7 +2 modifier is 9. Now we draw 2 cards for the robots. The robot on the back will have a 3, so certainly is not gonna win this contest, but also the one in the front only 2. So because the guy on the back made 5 points in total, 3 +2 modifier 5, and the one in front only 2 because the modifier applies to everyone else except the leader in the section. What happens if they exchange position? I'm in the lead now, and the reckless guy is just behind me. So I can play my turn. I draw a race card and I move. So these 2 cards are frozen. I cannot use them, but I can use the other cards. There's not much I can do really because I can only play +4. I'm low on tires, I only have 2 chips left and I have plenty of damage, so I have to be very careful what I do. I look at the track and there is no particular point on the track where I want to go. So I think I will just try to defend myself finishing in the corner section. I will play this +4. This +4 will ask me to pay 2 tire chips, which I can do by paying 1 tire chip and 1 card, which probably is going to be this green one. And I move by 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. This reckless robot will move by 4 as well, 1, 2, 3 and 4, reaching me, and the same for the guy. So the fight is on, it's going to be another context next turn. We move the other robots very quickly, 1, 2 and 3, 2 and 3, 2, 3, 2 sections, and 3 sections because of the trajectory spot. And it's the final turn of the race. It's a big contest coming up, but first of all we have to draw the card for the robot. It's again a +2. Incredible. It's very good because a +4 would have been +2 additional movement points and very hard to defend for me. So I take back these 2 cards that I used in the contest before. I don't want to play again the +4 because probably I will be able to use it in this turn and it will be very important for me. So what I can do, I can place 2 +3 for the contest, give me a total of 6. There is a modifier of -1 in this corner, so everyone behind me gets -1. Means I'm not safe because I have 6, and if they make 7 or 8, they will beat me. So the robots in the back will draw a 6, -1, 5, and I'm safe. The second one will draw a 7, -1, 6, which is a tie. I keep the leadership position, but I will have to draw a damage which will be just enough in order to cross the finishing line without exploding. So I take the last damage, and the positions will be the same after this contest. I discard the cards and I place in the final turn. I draw a race card. Is a good card, is a +4, but I already have a +4 for a turn 1. Unfortunately, I don't have a +1, and I don't have soft tires. I use all of them. So I will not be able to enter corner 1, so this card is useless at this point. I can only play a +4. I have to pay 1 tire chip, which is compulsory, and then I can play the rest with cards. I do this immediately. I pay the 2 track cards, which will not be of use anymore, and I move by 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Is that enough? Well, it's enough, because these robots will move 4 as well. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This black robot is a reckless robot. The target on this late break is 70. He will attempt that, and if he manages to pass this check, he will overtake me. So let's see, target is 70, and he draws a 72. So he's off track, and I keep the leadership because 1, 2, 3, and 4, I'm the winner of the race. We move the other robots just to terminate. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. 1, 1, 2, and 3. 2, 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 1, 2. And that's the final situation. I'm the winner. I finished the race in front of everyone else. The second is this black robot just behind me. And the one off track is in third position, because when you are off track, you are considered as behind everyone else in the braking section that originated the off-track situation. So this guy is third. He made a very brave attempt at the end, but he lost also the second position. And then there are the yellow robots in fourth and fifth position, and so on. It was a very good race, and I hope you enjoyed that.